Hey guys, it's Protendo, and Animal Crossing New Horizons is a game of many flaws, despite it being incredibly enjoyable. One of these flaws that's been talked about extensively in the community over these past few months is the lack of shops in the game. New Horizons only has 4 available buildings, and only 2 of those are shops, being Nook's Cranny and the Able Sisters. Considering Animal Crossing New Leaf had about 10 or so, it's easy to see why a lot of people feel underwhelmed with New Horizons' store selection. Although, it's important to remember that New Horizons does try to make up for its lack of establishments with traveling salespeople that can randomly visit your island. Characters like Red, Leaf, and Kix can all come to sell you certain items. But the problem is that, by design, these travelers don't feel as important as a shop would, so they can't be full-on replacements in the eyes of many. I was thinking for a while about what could be done about this issue in New Horizons, and I think the best solution would be to take a page out of New Leaf's book. The reason as to why New Leaf was able to have so many shops was because of Main Street. Main Street allowed for the game to go crazy in terms of stores because it was disconnected from the rest of your town. Having that one isolated area be crowded didn't affect the look or feeling of your natural laid-back village. New Horizons has to use travelers as shops because it doesn't have its own Main Street. But what if it did? That's where my idea for the Market Island began. A separated piece of land that you can fly to where a shopping district exists. This island wouldn't be gigantic, but it would be large enough to house a decent amount of buildings and characters. It could even take inspiration from the Main Street in Happy Home Designer, which I thought was very well crafted. An upper and lower level, both featuring different shops and characters. The Market Island wouldn't only feature new buildings, but also a daily roster of 2 different traveling animals that visit our islands. Red, Leaf, Sahara, Label, etc. That way, if you haven't seen a certain character in a while, you can check the Market Island to have a higher chance of running into them. They would even appear in their own areas that represent their character. Leaf could set up shop in a flower field, and Red could sell art in a creepy alleyway between buildings. Despite this being a concept video, I'm not going to go over every single building that would be on the Market Island for the sake of brevity, and also the fact that I didn't have a ton of new ideas, but I feel like most of the ones I chose to talk about make the most sense to be there. First things first, Shampoodle has to make an appearance. I brought this up in a previous video, but I do think that Harriet could still have a purpose even though we can now change our own appearances. She could give us mystery makeovers. It would essentially be a gamble that you pay 3,000 bells for. With each mystery makeover, Harriet would change your hairstyle and hair color, potentially giving you one that isn't accessible on your own. Once you get certain colors or styles, they'll be added to Harriet's catalog, allowing you to get the exclusive look at any time. The next character that would absolutely make an appearance on Market Island is Gracie. Gracie's expensive yet glorious furniture is something that I've desperately missed in New Horizons, so it would be great to see her high-end store make a return. Especially since the amount of furniture in New Horizons is inexcusably low. Maybe she could even have you go on some missions to get her some of the most elusive and rare crafting materials, and give you some free furniture as compensation. And now, for what's absolutely my most original idea in this video, the Rescue Service Center. As some of you may know, I'm a huge Mr. Rossetti fan. Like, he's definitely up there with Tom Nook as one of my absolute favorite Animal Crossing characters. So to see him completely ignored in New Horizons brings pain to my soul. And no, I'm not talking about him being left out of the game like a bunch of the other characters. At least they can be updated into New Horizons in the future. No, Rossetti's in the game, but you never see him and rarely talk to him. I wanted to give him a more significant role, and that's when the idea hit me. As players, we hardly use the rescue service, but what if we could help Rossetti help others? As you enter the Rescue Service Center, which is just a manhole mind you, you'll find Rossetti and Dawn inside. Talking to either of them will initiate conversation about how there are some animals out there who need saving, but the 2 of them can't do it alone. A menu would then come up showing a list of different animals with different levels of difficulty. These are called rescue missions, little challenges that you can complete to help out an animal and get a reward from Rossetti and Dawn. The challenges would vary in both type and level of challenge. For example, one could have an animal trapped on a small island surrounded by sharks, requiring you to catch them all without missing and terraform the animal a path to the mainland. Another could have an animal stuck in the middle of a maze surrounded by pitfalls, making you strategically avoid falling in while guiding them back to safety. A third could have tarantulas surrounding the animal, requiring you to catch them without getting bitten yourself. Variety is truly the name of the game when it comes to these challenges. And not only will Rossetti and Dawn reward you with bells and eventually old Reset Center equipment for your hard work, but you also get the chance to invite the rescued animal to your island. And for my final building idea, we have Dr. Shrunks Destination. Great name, I know. We already get emotions from our animals in New Horizons, so Shrunk isn't needed in that department. But how much fun would it be if he could teach us dance moves, the final reward being the Shrunk Funk Shuffle. Come on, I know you guys want the Shrunk Funk Shuffle. These dance moves wouldn't have any major purpose or anything, they'd just be something fun to use during multiplayer or to get a reaction out of your animals. Although I'm through with my ideas for buildings on Market Island, there's actually something else I thought of. After talking to certain traveling characters enough on Market Island, they'll start to warm up to you and thank you for all of your business. That's when you unlock the ability to have them move to your island. Now, I know what a lot of you are thinking. There's no room on my island for another building, it's already completely designed. And I completely understand that. That's why I think each unlockable character should have the ability to move into a pre-existing building. That way, people don't have to worry about making their island feel too crowded. It would also make each individual island feel more special, considering you'd be able to see which people wanted to proudly display each building. Maybe someone has an outdoor cafe and it leads directly to the roost, while someone else has the roost in the museum but a garden shop in a beautiful natural area. It would be awesome. But anyways guys, that's about it for this video. What do you think? Is the Market Island a good idea, or is it flawed in some way? And what characters would you want on your island? Let me know in the comments below. Protendo, out.